Today on the Topic Show, Vivek on Supreme Court decision 9-0 allowing Trump to run the upcoming election. Dorito trans spokesman Pedo tweets creep to the surface, and we also reviewed their product portfolio. Trump won Super Tuesday by a wide margin. Apple iPhone sales are down 25%. Dodge EV Charger debuts before the gas model. It will be slower than my Honda Civic. And Facebook had a major outage last week. All of that much more on the Topping Show. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of Topping Show is proudly sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Gotta say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, you see, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, you can reach the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you could tell a friend to subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. Now, going over to the business part of the podcast, you have Apple iPhone sales down 25% in China, while their major competitor Huawei, their sales are up 64%, which is quite a bit to say the least. Now, this was first brought to the attention over on LinkedIn by Emma Thorne, and they're saying that this is part and due to the increased scrutiny of the Chinese government procurement process, and a lot of people are saying it's kind of retaliatory, which again, an age-old saying, if you're not interested in politics, politics is very much interested in you, especially for business. Now, in the United States, the U.S. government blacklisted all Huawei devices. They even made it so that no U.S. official, no U.S. employee or federal employee can use their Huawei device, which, again, is basically Chinese spyware on impressively manufactured hardware. They do a really good job. It's quality stuff. However, it is just a glorified spying device because of all the backdoors and things that they built into it. Now, in retaliation, China also told all their government employees they can no longer use iPhones, which, again, makes somewhat sense because the U.S. did it to China. Now, granted, how much spyware is on an iPhone? I wouldn't know because I'm part of the ever-decreasing amount of people who are not on an iPhone. Android, but they're also owned by Google, so how much better is it really for freedom, rights, and privacy? But nevertheless, Huawei also debuted one of their newest phones called the Mate 60 smartphone that launched later last year, and it looks like, again, the same first 6 weeks of 2024, their sales had a 64% increase, while Apple's are down. Now it looks like, interestingly enough, in terms of the overall market in China, they claim that the mobile market shrank by 7% for the first month and a half of 2024. So again, not great news for Apple because that's one of the largest, most important markets for their sales because they sell so much there. And obviously there's a huge total addressable market, or TAM, in terms of the number of people in China who could possibly purchase the product. And Apple is leaning more and more on them to make up for their global sales. So it'll be interesting to see what type of competition or what type of steps is Apple going to take to address this. Because again, Huawei does make some of the fastest, most advanced technologies, partially because they, not all, but many Chinese companies, instead of research and development, they decrease that cost exponentially by copying other companies and then taking that product and, making it fancier. And, overall, it's a phenomenal ROI if you ignore international patent laws and such. Now, interesting enough, if there are any international listeners or viewers, I'd be fascinated to hear, do you use a Huawei device and is it popular in your region? Now, anecdotally speaking, especially the past 36 months, I haven't met a single individual who has a Huawei device. Again, 5, 6, 7 years ago, Huawei was so popular, they were even in retail brick and mortars like Best Buy. And I knew a couple people who had their technologies. I didn't always tell them to wrap it up in tin foil, but when they came to my house, I told them, it'd probably be best to just leave that phone on the curb. But nevertheless, as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, again, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, we're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up or a thumbs down or a comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better and better. Also, sharing the video is a great way to give some magic to the YouTube algorithm and have some more eyeballs on it. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.